What's going on with Jake Paul, Conor McGregor? Is that fight happening or what?
Probably not.
There's a market for these kind of fights.
Dana White finds the idea of Jake Paul fighting Conor McGregor utterly absurd. He won't entertain it, can't stand it, and likely loses sleep over the thought. The concept is so ridiculous that Dana refuses to let it gain traction, dismissing it as something entirely unworthy of serious consideration.
Out yesterday and said, "Well, now that you love me." Well, I never said I love you. But
Jake Paul, the YouTuber-turned-fighter, is nowhere near Conor McGregor's level. How Jake convinces himself he's a worthy competitor to a UFC legend is baffling. His confidence might border on delusion, but at least believing in yourself doesn't cost a thing. McGregor's legacy remains untouchable in comparison.
he shouldn't even be fighting Conor McGregor. These guys are fucking huge. He's huge. His brother's huge. I mean, what's your brother? 6'1"?
Yeah.
210?
Yeah.
Conor McGregor's 145, 155 pounds.
Oh, he fights that low. I thought he
Yeah.
fought.
Dana isn't just rejecting this fight, he's foreseeing disaster. Jake's antics, posing as a boxing trailblazer, mock the sport. To Dana, it's not just a mismatch but a betrayal of true boxing fans craving genuine talent, not a TikTok spectacle. Frankly, his stance against this is entirely justified.
I'm looking for the absolute best in the world. These guys who have trained their whole life, they fight in these smaller shows and then they make it to the UFC, and we've put the best against the best. It's just not what we do. There's a market for what these guys do, and there's money to be made in it. You know.
Conor McGregor has reportedly been let go by Dana White, marking the end of the UFC's patience with the Irish star. The breaking point: McGregor's refusal to fight Jake Paul. Apparently, Dana had enough of Conor dodging the YouTuber-turned-boxer, citing concerns over tarnishing his legacy in the spectacle-driven arena.
Conor McGregor's one of the best on the fucking planet. He's one of the greatest fighters on earth right now.
And he's got
He shouldn't be fighting kids that have fucking YouTube videos.
The circus has arrived, but Conor's refusal to join the freak show seems to be a non-negotiable deal-breaker.
There's the Floyd-Conor fight. You know, the fans wanted to see it. Everybody wanted to see it. That fight took on a life of its own. Floyd and I got together and figured it out, and it made sense, and we did it.
Jake Paul, the internet troll-turned-millionaire boxer, has mastered the art of controversy, pulling 1.2 million pay-per-view buys and earning $40 million annually. Love him or hate him, he knows how to sell a fight, even if it's all hype. However, the notion of him stepping into the ring with Conor McGregor is where Dana White firmly draws the line, signaling the limits of the spectacle-driven boxing craze.
He's a young kid out there trying to make some money.
Dana White has made it clear Jake Paul won't taint the UFC's legacy, though the organization has seen its share of questionable fights. Enter Conor McGregor, the myth, the man, and a walking whiskey ad. With $600 million in career earnings, McGregor is one of the sport's wealthiest stars, but it's clear money has been his main motivator for some time. He's set to fight Dustin Poirier on Fight Island, looking ripped and ready to reclaim his throne. Avoiding Jake Paul isn't just about weight classes or legacy, it's about Conor understanding how absurd it would look to even consider fighting the YouTuber-turned-boxer.
Do you think he could cut to, you think he could make 70?
One set. Yeah.
I don't think so.
Exactly.
I don't think so.
It's such a spread.
And it's a stretch for Conor to fight at 70. You know what I mean? He fought Nate at 70. That isn't his fucking weight class.
Yeah.
Not even close.
Dana White criticizes celebrity fights as disrespectful to the sport, undermining the hard work and dedication real fighters put in. Yet, he's upset at Conor McGregor for not getting involved in the same spectacle. It's contradictory, Dana. While you preach about preserving UFC's integrity, Jake Paul is cashing massive checks, earning more than most UFC fighters ever will. The disconnect between words and actions couldn't be clearer.
On the percentage scale from 0 to 100, what are the chances that Jake Paul ever fights Conor McGregor?
0.
0.
Yeah.
Don't even mention the weight class excuse. Conor's prime fighting weight is 155. That matchup wouldn't be a fight, it'd be a complete slaughter waiting to happen. There's no way it would ever be competitive.
He shouldn't even be fighting Conor McGregor. These guys are fucking huge. He's huge. His brother's huge. I mean, what's your brother? 6'1"?
Yeah.
210?
Yeah.
Conor McGregor's 145, 155 pounds.
Oh, he fights that low. I thought he
Yeah.
Dana White's obsession with making a quick buck often overrides logic. He's so focused on profit that physics seem irrelevant. If it meant breaking pay-per-view records, he'd probably have Francis Ngannou fighting a kangaroo. At the core, Dana's frustration stems from the celebrity boxing trend, which he likely views as a threat to traditional combat sports.
Speaking of Conor, is this marketing?
Ali, Conor, both level when it comes to mental warfare. A month and a half later, we own the UFC for $2 million.
It's worth what now?
12, 13 billion. If I brought up fucking Jake Paul, pretty much everybody in the...
It's not just Jake Paul, he's the poster child for everything Dana White despises. These fights are drawing attention and money away from the UFC. While Dana focuses on preserving the sport, Jake and Logan Paul are transforming combat sports into a WWE-like spectacle, and fans are loving it.
There's weight classes for a reason.
Yeah.
And
What if Jake can cut to 145?
He just cuts half of his body off. Like, how do you do that?
Jake brought the type of guy to cut off a limb to make a weight.
The UFC isn't just another fight promotion, it's a dynasty built on grit and dedication. Dana White's kingdom thrives on real fighters who earn their spot, not social media stunts or viral TikToks. Unlike the spectacle of celebrity fights, like Floyd Mayweather versus Logan Paul, where Logan, who lost to KSI, somehow fought a boxing legend, the UFC upholds a reputation of legitimacy. To Dana, these celebrity bouts are like fast food, flashy, unhealthy, and ultimately unfulfilling. CM Punk's ill-fated UFC run further proved this point. The former WWE star's disastrous debut highlighted why Dana rejects clout-driven fighters. In contrast, Brock Lesnar's rise to UFC heavyweight champion showcased the value of years of real training, not fame-seeking antics. For Dana, it's about respect for the sport, not chasing fleeting social media attention.
Not clout.
Floyd fought everybody that he was supposed to. Floyd's in this position right now where he can do things like this because he fought everybody. You know, this kid came up through the Olympics, went pro, fought everybody that he was supposed to fight, fought everybody, you know, that he needed to fight to get to where he is now. So when I see these guys...
Dana White's frustration goes beyond personal feelings, it's about business. The UFC generates $1 billion annually, and Dana understands that maintaining credibility is key to keeping those numbers rising. If the octagon becomes a playground for influencers, the UFC risks losing its essence. Fans aren't interested in YouTubers battling it out, they want to see elite athletes compete. Despite his dislike for celebrity matches, Dana respects combat legends like Mike Tyson and Floyd Mayweather. Tyson, even in his 50s, still commands respect in the world of combat sports, proving his lasting influence. Dana respects Tyson and Floyd for their legendary careers and ability to capitalize on opportunities without tarnishing their legacies. Tyson's exhibition fight with Jake Paul earned $20 million in pay-per-view revenue, and Floyd has fought everyone who mattered. However, Dana clarifies that this isn't his approach.
Mike goes out and wants to fight in his 50s. Everybody, I bought it. Everybody's going to buy it. Everybody wants to see Tyson do well. Everybody loves and wants to support Tyson.
Dana White remains committed to the UFC's core values even as the sports world grows increasingly chaotic. A prime example is the upcoming Fight Island series, where 3 fights will take place in 1 week, possibly with live fans. This ambitious project showcases the UFC's dominance, particularly in a landscape overrun by social media stars seeking quick paydays. If Fight Island succeeds, it will solidify the UFC's position as the gold standard in combat sports. However, Dana is also mindful of Conor McGregor's legacy, which is at a critical juncture. McGregor could easily make a fortune by fighting Jake Paul, but Dana knows this could come at the cost of McGregor's reputation and dignity. While McGregor seems focused on his fight with Dustin Poirier and has steered clear of the Jake Paul circus for now, Dana is determined to ensure McGregor stays on track within the UFC. Dana's so-called firing of McGregor is part of his broader crusade against celebrity boxing, drawing a clear line between genuine fighters and influencers looking to cash in. As the fight world evolves, Dana is resolute that the UFC remains the place for real fighters to prove their worth, not a platform for gimmicks and spectacle.
Speaking of Conor, is this marketing?
Ali, Conor, both level when it comes to mental warfare. A month and a half later, we own the UFC for $2 million.
It's worth what now?
12, 13 billion. If I brought up fucking Jake Paul, pretty much everybody in the room and the other room wants to see Jake Paul get knocked out.
Did you help set that up? Because I know you're close with Tyson.